Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear hosts, in Norway, gender equality has been our political goal for decades. And we rank number 2 of 153 countries in the Global Gender Gap report. And of course, it's counted from 1 to 53, not the other way around. That would be a bad story. So we are second best in the world, but still, there is no doubt that we need to do more in our society. We know that women are underrepresented in the business sector. We know that there are fewer female business owners, fewer entrepreneurs, fewer female capitalists. So I have some numbers I would like you to listen to. In 2017, only 3 out of 10 entrepreneurs were women. On the Oslo Stock Exchange, 80% of the assets listed are owned by men. 6 out of 10 fund-based saving agreements are entered into by men. And 80% of all new limited liability companies are set up by men. And for the comparison, 86% of people who receive a minimum pension in Norway are women. So we need more action and awareness on these inequalities. And since Norway is a country that will enter into even stronger economic transformation the next years, we need to use all of the talent we have to achieve more jobs, more inclusion, and then we have to make sure that the women are participating in creating the jobs. The Norwegian government has allocated 2 million Norwegian kroner for a research project aiming to increase the share of women in top management in business. 6 months ago, we submitted an action plan for the female entrepreneurship. The action plan has 13 measures that will make it easier to become and to be a female entrepreneur in Norway. And I would like to just mention 2 of these 13 measures. A review of how funding instruments are split by sex and establish common reporting standards in order to obtain an overview on how much funding goes to women entrepreneurs. I think all of you who come from business know that if you measure something, you start to manage it. So we need to measure it so that we will manage it better in the future. And secondly, a white paper on innovation in the public sector. 70% of those who work in the public sector in Norway are women. Elsewhere in Europe, cooperation between public sector and startups are in the focus when new initiatives for public-private partnerships are established. There is a substantial potential for increased cooperation in this area to create new jobs, but also to create innovation in the public sector. And women are in majority in many of the most relevant sectors where we need to find the innovative capacity to deliver better services and better management in the public sector. The action plan is just the beginning. We must work together to create jobs and values in Norway that Norway also will be able to live off in the future. And we know that equal opportunities for both men and women is the right thing to do. At the same time, it's the smart thing to do. One of the best investments we make is the investment in equality. A research institute in Norway has followed the growth of women's labor market participation over 40 years, and which effect it has had on Norway's economy. The report proves that we would have had a GNP $400 billion smaller without this growth. So it goes without saying that with the female contribution to the economy, without that, there would be an enormous negative effect on our ability to provide welfare and secure jobs. Therefore, it's not just a question of gender equality or more diversity. It's about maintaining a strong and sustainable welfare system for future generations in Norway. The Norwegian Gender Balance Scoreboard was first published in 2016. It maps the gender balance of the executive committees and boards of the largest companies in Norway and examines the distribution of men and women in staff and line position. As I said, measure it, you start to manage it better. In 2018, the scoreboard showed a small but positive change. I am eager to see new results as the 2020 scoreboard will be launched this spring. But I know that this is hard work. It was hard work getting enough women into politics. It's hard work getting women on the top positions in government. And it will be hard work to break the last barrier to make sure that we have the diversity that the business in Norway really needs. Norway's number 2 position in the world on equality should not primarily be a reason to celebrate. We often do that. It's often told that we are very good at this. It should more be an incentive to work harder. And again, as I said, gender equality is not only the right thing to do. It's not only about fairness, but it's also about fairness. It's also the smart thing to do. And any business leader or recruiter that doesn't get that is going to lose in the end. The Conservative Party Women's Organization, which I led some 20 years back, had a slogan. We said, women want and can. So you show this to the world. I think Norwegian women have shown that in politics, in a lot of the civilian life, and we also need to make sure that we show that in business. So thank you, and continue to work hard so that we see women in all types of leadership positions in the future.